Welcome to the Soul Aligned Business Babes podcast. My name is Susan Francis and I'm a mindset manifestation expert, business coach and mentor helping women quantum leap their business success and make the seemingly impossible a reality. And if you're here, you've been called here for a reason. You know within your soul that you are capable of so much more, and I'm here to help you unlock your full potential and manifest your dream life and business. It is my mission to empower female entrepreneurs to connect back to their soul, to their true calling, and to create a business from a place of alignment and purpose. So if you're struggling with hard work and force in your business, then get ready to let go of everything you think you know. It's time to forget all the stress, all the strategies, all the hustle, and instead unlock the secret to manifesting your next level of abundance. Join me as I deep dive into creating a business that flows, teach you how to trust your intuition, create a mindset of abundance, experience more joy, and to learn how to become magnetic to the money and success you desire. I have a down-to-earth, strictly no BS approach and make the woo-woo seem logical and actionable. I know that the knowledge, tools, and insights I share will change your life and the way you approach your business forever. And I'm excited to help you expand. Let's get started. Welcome back. So I'm pretty excited to talk about this because it's kind of a funny topic, right? What do boobs have to do with business? I promise it's relevant. So I'm kind of excited to talk about this because I think it's kind of fun. It just explains things in a fun way. So really what we're talking about today is the fear of being seen. But I just want to relate it to a funny story, something that happened with a client this morning, a story she shared that she thought was kind of a really funny, random story to share, but it actually made so much sense. It made so much sense, and I'm hoping it'll make sense to you too. So we were talking about, she's about to launch a new offer, a new program she's just put together. And, sort of saying, what do you need help working with? What do we need to shift? And she's saying, well, I think it's really just that, that confidence, and probably it's just really that fear of being seen. And she's like, this is going to sound like a really silly story because it's got to do with boobs, but she's from the UK, and she was saying when she was growing up, or when she was a lot younger, obviously probably, 20s or late teenage years, probably 20s, when she was a lot younger, there was, a trashy UK paper or magazine where on page 3, there was always a girl with her boobs out, right? There was a page 3 model. So maybe there's some people from the UK that listening that will know what I'm talking about. Page 3, there was like a page 3 girl, and, she always had her boobs out, right? And so one of the things that she'd talk about with her friends, or that would come up, I guess, in conversations, would you ever do that? Would you ever be a page 3 girl? Would you ever get your boobs out like that? And her response was, well, I feel okay. I could do it. I could get my boobs out. I could be that page 3 girl. But only if strangers were seeing it. Like, I'd feel okay if just strangers were looking at me, but I wouldn't feel okay if my family and friends and close acquaintances were seeing my boobs, right? And she it was the first thing that came to mind to try and explain it. And I'm like, no, it makes complete sense. I totally get it, right? I totally get it. So she was totally cool with strangers seeing her boobs, but not people that knew her. And it was such a great metaphor, and I hope you get it. It was such a great metaphor if you've got an online business especially, but perhaps it relates to other sorts of businesses too. But if you've got an online business, especially if you're a coach or a healer or a consultant or something, where you need to show up online. You need to show up online, and showing up online and sharing, a bit like what I'm doing here, right? Sharing, putting yourself out there, sharing your stories, putting out content is a part of what you do. Then quite often for my clients, they have this fear of being seen, this fear of showing up as all of them, right? As being fully them, fully exposed. And often it's, often I have people say to me too, oh, well, I don't want to say, let's just talk about Facebook for a second. I've got a personal profile, but it's got my family and friends on there. So I'm just going to go and start another profile. I'm just going to do everything on a business page. I don't really want my family and friends or the people that know me seeing what I'm doing, right? I don't want those people seeing what I'm doing. And because they're afraid of the judgment, right? They're afraid of the judgment. So they're kind of like, I don't care if strangers strangers see what I'm doing. I'm okay for strangers to see it, but I don't really want my family and friends or closer acquaintances to really see what I'm doing. And so they try and avoid either showing up fully as themselves, right? They either try and filter themselves and they don't show up fully, or they try sort of alternate tactics, like, for example, like I said, starting a different profile, or, having maybe a business page, or just not posting, not using your personal page, but maybe just posting in groups, or I don't know, trying to do something else. And, I've got another client, well, a couple of clients actually that this really relates to, where they have these big dreams to have multiple six-figure businesses, seven-figure businesses, and yet they're afraid of being seen. And here's the conversation I've had with them. If you want to have a seven-figure business, if you've got really big freaking goals, everyone is going to see all of you, boobs and all, right? Everyone's going to see all of you. Your family and friends, you can't get to that place where you're having that much impact, and you're that, to grow a seven-figure or even multiple six-figure business in sort of the online space, doing something like coaching or consulting or healing. You need to be out there. You need to be visible, right? You need to be exposed, and you need to be okay with people seeing that. Your family and friends, even if you try and start another profile or something like that, at some point they are going to see it. It's a bit like that page 3 model, right? Like maybe you show up as that page 3 model, and you just make sure that all your family and friends don't get that issue that week, right? You go, you just make sure they don't get it that week. Now, the thing is that eventually, somewhere down the track, they are going to see it, right? They might go to a friend's place and see a copy and see your boobs out, right? Just love this analogy. I hope you're getting it. I just thought it was quite funny, and it just inspired me to do a podcast about this. Here's the thing. We all have this need for love and connection. It's one of the human needs. So we all have this need for love and connection, and that's okay. But if you're afraid of being fully you because people won't love you, right? People won't accept you, then it's time to kind of take a look in the mirror. Because if you're afraid of fully showing up as you, of sharing openly, honestly on social media, then or other areas, not just social media. I mean, I'm here on a podcast sharing, so it could be in other ways too. But if you're afraid of truly being that authentic you, then you're never going to fully be able to step into your potential in your business, right? You're always going to be filtering yourself. You're always going to be holding a part of you back. You're never going to be able to really break through and step out to that next level if you're always filtering yourself, right? If you're always filtering yourself. Because really what you're doing is you're still operating from a place of it's not okay to be fully me. And this comes back to the episode. If you haven't seen the episode on worthiness, go back and listen to that, because it relates to all of this. But if you're not able to be fully seen, then there's a part of you that feels like, I'm not good enough as I am. Me being all of me isn't quite right, or isn't acceptable, or isn't good enough, or won't be loved, right? And energetically, that's very disconnected, and you're not going to be able to kind of achieve your goals from that place of feeling like I'm not good enough. Me being me isn't okay, right? Me being me isn't okay. You just can't get there from there, right? You need to be able to be okay with people seeing all parts of you. You need to know your worth. You need to have that self-validation so that you're not looking for that validation from others, right? If you're looking for that validation from others, from the, family and friends, you'll never feel secure, right? You'll never have that sense of security, that sense of being enough. You'll always be seeking for their acknowledgement for you to feel okay. And life is always reflecting you. So it all comes from within. You will attract other people into your life, and you will get the sort of responses that you want when you step into your value and your worthiness, right? When you are so happy, boobs and all, showing to the world, when you completely own that, right? So I hope you're getting it, that often, like I said, and it's very, very common, and I know a lot of female entrepreneurs go through this where they're like, yeah, like I'm totally happy to share, but I just don't want my family and friends seeing it. Now, I get it. I get that you might have to go to events and you might have a judgy sibling or uncle or auntie, or you don't think your parents will accept it. But you owning you loving you is so important, and not just in business, right? But to be true to who you are, you need to fully embrace who you are and what you're doing, right? You need to be okay with that, and you need to know that whether or not someone else accepts you or judges you or loves you, that you're okay with that. Because when you are so solid in your worth, when you are so solid in your value of what you offer, and you are so okay showing up fully as you, then when people do judge or criticize, it washes off, right? You are so solid, you are so connected, you know your truth, and you trust that everything will be okay, and you're so solid in your vision of where you're going and why you're doing this and who you are, that you're unshakable, right? You are unshakable. You can stand there with your boobs out and be all of you and be completely fine with whoever sees it and still feel okay, right? Still feel okay. That's the place that you need to get to. That's the place where you will find freedom, where you'll find expansion, where you'll just be able to really step into your truth and your power and really own who you are, all parts of you. And just share that with the world, right? Because often it's our vulnerable stories, often it's our so-called failures or struggles or traumas that inspire people the most. And not that people are inspired by awful things, so to speak, but often the things that you've had to overcome are a big part of your story of how you inspire others, right? Your hardships are often the things that inspire others because you're able to share how you overcame them or what you have learned from them, right? When you look at all of your so-called failures just as feedback and you learn from that, then you have so much more to offer the world. But if you're hiding parts of you because you feel that it's not okay, because you feel that you won't be loved, because that you feel that you won't be judged, it's not that you've just got really critical or criticizing family and friends. It's that you're not connecting to you enough, right? You're not connecting to your own truth. You're not loving yourself enough, right? That's what it all comes down to. It all comes back to that inner connection, knowing that you're okay, that you're incredible the way you are, and that it's safe and it's okay for you to show up in all of your radiance, in all of your quirkiness, in all of you, and know that you're okay, know that you're enough, know that you love you. And this is the other thing to ask yourself, right? People that judge you, people that are going to question you, people that aren't on board with what you're doing or you're afraid will think differently of you, are they the people that you want to surround yourself with, right? That's a choice. Are they the people you want to surround yourself with? Now, I know we've all got family. Can't choose your family. You can choose friends. Can't choose your family, but you can still choose how you respond to them. You can choose what you make that mean. Like if someone is criticizing you, you can choose what you make it mean. You can choose emotionally how you respond to it, right? How you react to it. Someone criticizing you or judging you does not have to bring you down. When you are so solid in what you're doing and you know why, and you're connected to that vision and you're so clear on your purpose, other people's criticisms just wash away, right? They wash away. In fact, it's kind of nice, and I don't want this to sound egotistical, but it's nice to get to a place where you almost feel sorry for those that question and judge you, and not because people aren't entitled to their own opinions. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion for sure. But if you're trying to grow yourself, if you're trying to do something new, if you're trying to grow a new business and really step into this entrepreneurial world and make an impact, and you're focused on growth and expansion and doing new things, and someone's judging you for that, that's on them. That's on their small-mindedness and their inability to see that you're working towards something bigger. Your dream for yourself is bigger than what you've been doing. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. And so anyone who judges that, that's on them, right? When people are judging you, this is one thing I want you to get. When people are judging you, they're actually judging themselves, right? It's reflecting their own inner critic, their own way they look at themselves. People who are focused on growth and expansion and, growth and expansion and just open to learning and evolving, don't judge like that. They don't judge like that because they know, the more I learn, the more I realize I don't know, right? So the more I've learned especially over the last 2 years, the more I've realized that I have more to learn and there's so much I don't know. And that's okay too. That's okay. I've just adopted this way of being that I will always be growing and expanding. And that's really exciting to me because honestly, 5 years ago, I thought that was it. I was like, well, this is my career. This is what I'm doing. This is it, right? It's too late to change. But now that I have changed, things have evolved, and I have this attitude of I'm always growing and expanding and I'm always learning. I'm so freaking excited about next year. I hope you're all so freaking excited about next year, right? 2021, I hope you are so freaking excited about it. And the reason I'm so freaking excited about it is because, oh my God, I just can't wait to see what is going to happen. I can't wait not what is going to happen. I can't wait to see what evolves and what I create and how I expand and how I learn and how I grow, right? I can't wait to see what that next level of myself looks like. I can't wait to see how many more women I can impact and inspire. I can't wait to just kind of step into that next level, right? Because it's always about growth and expansion. And I don't have a business plan mapped out. I can't tell you what's going to happen each quarter and what I'm working on because I have a big vision and I let my intuition guide me. And so step by step, it's evolving, it's unfolding, and it's exciting, and it's always expanding. And that's what I want for each of you, right? To just be able to connect with what you love, connect with the truth of who you are, connect to your value, and to just be so in love with you and what you do and know you're freaking amazing and be prepared to get your boobs out to the world. Family and friends and all, right? So I hope that makes sense. You've got to be loving them. You've got to be loving getting the girls out. You've got to be loving sharing and just not being attached to who sees it and who's going to judge you. Know that the people that you want in your life, the people that you want to surround yourself with, will get you, will love you, will be inspired by you, will support you. Right? So be unapologetically you, show up as all of you, and you will attract those to you that see that as well, right? So stop hiding, get the boobs out. I hope that's made sense. It was, like I said, a client just shared it on our call earlier today, and I was like, oh, I've got to do a podcast about this. It's going to be awesome. And I just really wanted to share it because I thought it was a great analogy. It's really that fear of being seen, and often we're not afraid of what strangers will think because we can disconnect from that. But often we're afraid of what friends or acquaintances, or maybe even, there's people you went to high school with, what they will think, and we need to let that go, right? So connect to who you are that makes you worthy, connect to that big vision, connect to your value, and operate from there. So I hope that's made sense. For you. And just a little quick announcement. I am doing the next round of Aligned Abundance, starts on the 12th of January. This round has been epic. It's been so exciting. We just had our last training today, actually. It's a 4-week intensive to rapidly shift you into alignment so you can manifest your desires. I will pop the link in the show notes for anyone that wants to know more. And I will talk to you all again soon. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. I hope you loved what you heard here and are excited for your expansion. If it resonated with you, then please screenshot this podcast and share it with your friends. And hashtag Soul Aligned Business Babes. And please rate and review so I can spread the word and keep bringing you more goodness. If you're not already following me on social media, come and join the party for extra inspiration and teachings. I do live trainings in my Facebook group, which you can join at facebook.com/groups/soulaligned.bb. You can follow me on Instagram at I am Susan Francis, or come to my website at susanfrancis.com.au and download your free manifestation meditation and check out what programs I'm currently offering. I'm so excited you joined me here today and can't wait to share the next episode with you. Until then, remember you are powerful beyond measure and your success is inevitable.